Hello, friends. Today, we'll tell you how the Vikings won wars using their unique techniques. Emerging from the cold winds and stormy seas of northern Europe, the Vikings shook the entire medieval world. These warriors made history not just with swords and axes, but through their naval technology and war strategies. So let's dive into how the Vikings ruled both the seas and the land, with their ships, tactics, and courage. The Vikings' biggest strength was their long ships. Long, slender, and lightweight boats considered the most advanced naval technology of that time. Longships were so light that they could be pulled over land from one river system to another. Their most unique feature? A dual propulsion system. Whether there was wind or not, Vikings could sail using oars or sails. And the speed? Unbelievable, around 14 to 15 knots, or roughly 28 kilometers per hour. For trade, the Vikings used a different kind of ship, the Gnar. These were wider, deeper, and designed for carrying heavy cargo. The Viking war strategy was simple but deadly. Strike fast, loot, and disappear before anyone can react. Their ships could navigate shallow waters, allowing them to sail deep inland through rivers. They usually chose targets like villages, monasteries, or towns that were poorly defended. Vikings attacked at dawn and retreated before sunset. This tactic made them the most feared raiders in Europe. Though Vikings mostly raided coastal areas, they were no less fierce in naval warfare. During large battles, they would tie their ships together with ropes, forming a united fleet. They advanced slowly towards the enemy, launching spears, arrows, and other projectiles. Once close enough, warriors boarded enemy ships with swords, axes, and shields. But this rope-tying tactic had a drawback. If one ship had to retreat, it had to cut the ropes, very difficult in the heat of battle. Even today, it's a mystery how the Vikings navigated so successfully across open seas. Modern studies suggest they may have used a special crystal called sunstone. This crystal could detect polarized light and help determine the sun's position, even on cloudy days. Archaeologists also discovered Visby lenses from Gotland, Sweden, possibly early components of a telescope. These techniques helped Vikings reach far-off lands like Greenland, Iceland, and even North America. While their ships were technical marvels, their weapons were equally impressive. Axe, the most common weapon, cheap and deadly. Sword, a symbol of wealth and prestige, owned only by the elite. Spear, a versatile weapon, could be thrown or used in hand-to-hand combat. Many Viking weapons had intricate designs and decorations, showcasing their craftsmanship. In Viking society, each community was responsible for maintaining a ship and its crew, a system called the Ledang. As royal power grew, this duty shifted into a form of tax. The Ledang was last used in 1263 during a campaign against Scotland. In the 11th and 12th centuries, shipbuilding in Europe began to change. Ships were now built with saws instead of axes, reducing their strength. European warships developed raised platforms at the front and back, giving archers a height advantage to shoot down at Viking ships. This led to the decline of Viking longships in major sea battles, especially against enemies like the Hanseatic League. Even today, Viking ship models, weapons, and remnants can be found across the world. They weren't just raiders. They were craftsmen, navigators, warriors, and explorers. Their naval technology and war tactics were not only unmatched in their time, they remain a powerful inspiration in the pages of history. When attacking enemy ships, Vikings used grappling hooks and axes to climb aboard. They would hurl these hooks to pull enemy ships closer, then leap over the rails and fight in brutal close-quarters combat. Axes weren't just for chopping wood. They were instruments of war. Then comes the concept of raid warfare: fast, brutal, and unpredictable. Viking longships were incredibly fast and agile, allowing them to strike coastal settlements with little to no warning. They would raid, loot, and retreat before defenders could even organize a response. This sudden attack style became their signature across Europe. Among the Viking warriors, a special class stood apart: the Berserkers. These were ferocious, almost mythical fighters. Often clad in bear or wolf skins, they entered battle in a trance-like frenzy. With no regard for their own safety, they charged headfirst into enemy lines, unstoppable, terrifying, and often uncontrollable.